What game?
Same one.
Nice.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host, Johnny Hellcat. With me today is Sanguine.
Good evening, all. How goes?
Oh, not too bad. How's it going for you?
It goes fairly well, though I keep on getting in really stupid arguments with people.
That almost sounds like a given.
Yeah.
You must be on Twitter.
On Twitter or fucking anywhere, it seems.
Yeah, it's not just set to just one platform.
Yeah, it isn't just quarantined to one platform. It is, I'll go someplace and I'll hear someone say something and I'll just be going, that is fucking wrong. What the fuck is wrong with you? Because there's still people absolutely shitting the bed about the criteria, or the condition, rather, of both visas and green cards that dates back to 1953. That if you're supporting terrorist organizations, that's sufficient grounds to void your green card or visa. And people are still going, that's illegal. No, it's not. It's in the law that this happens. It's a criteria explicitly stated.
I mean, yeah, it's part of the whole thing.
Yeah. And it's been used thousands of times, but now it's being called into question because people don't like the fact that, yes, if you support Hamas, which is a designated terrorist organization, then you're in violation of the condition of green cards and visas, that you can't support terrorist organizations.
They didn't do anything.
It's just baffling. I don't get how people are freaking out about that. And then there's also, did you hear about the Arkansas bill?
No.
So there's an Arkansas bill that is making it so that if anyone begins to socially transition a child against the parents/guardians' will or knowledge, or if a child that was encouraged to transition later on realizes that they shouldn't have been encouraged to transition within 15 years, they're able to sue for people fucking with them mentally. And people are freaking out about that because, oh, this is just making it so it's illegal to help someone transition. No, it's illegal to force a child to transition or encourage a child to transition behind their parents' back. And if the child goes, this should have never happened, once the child is an adult, they're also able to come back and go, yeah, you guys did all this shit to me when I was younger. None of it should have happened. I would like compensation.
Give me your money, bitch.
Yeah. Which, that's really fucking reasonable. If you're trying to covertly transition someone, you should be held legally accountable. And the thing is that it's doing it just with making it so that you're vulnerable to civil suit. It isn't banning it. It isn't outlawing it. All it is saying that, yeah, if you do this to someone, then if the parents weren't notified, or rather, if the parents didn't initiate it, then the parents can sue you. And if the child, after growing up, because it's able to be tried for 15 years after the last instance. So, if you do it from 8 to 18, they can still come back legally until 33. And like I said, people are just absolutely losing their goddamn minds over that. And trying to say that that's a free speech issue. And I'm going, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah, there's nothing free speech about that.
Yeah. Free speech does not cover you trying to covertly transition someone. No, I have been finding it funny how quickly people stop talking about egg prices. Since those have come back down. So what are you trying to find and do in the game currently?
We just got back from sending out the blueprints for fire spears.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are back to move on to what the next step is in the big plan into taking on the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And the Empire has apparently infiltrated the base.
Mm. So fighting your way through a fortification?
Well, it's our base, so they're...
Yep. Oh, so they're currently attacking rather than you trying to retake it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's more of a hideout than a base, really, so...
Mm-hmm. I thought you meant that they had already taken it, and now you're trying to...
Well, they're hunting the lady
expel
that is
them.
actually in the... Ooh, there's an actual scream there. Yeah, let's just kill everyone. Burn them to the ground. By the way, hey, Rotten Corpse.
Hey, Rotten, how goes?
And now she did. How's it going, Frosted?
I forgot to soak a pepper, unfortunately.
to soak a pepper?
Yeah, I have some dried peppers, and I'm using one in tonight's dinner. So typically what you do is you soak the pepper for a little bit, and then you slice it up and add it in. I forgot to, so now I'm going to be trying to rehydrate the pepper quickly, which means I'm going to use some hot water.
Yeah, I gotta throw this dead lady into the river.
How else will we get rid of her corpse?
Well, the thought is that as long as she remains hidden, even though she's dead, they'll think that she's still alive.
Also, is that supposed to be a river? It's not that you're in the sewer?
I think that actually might be a sewer.
So you're going to throw her into the river of shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Quaba. It sounds like a... Sounds like an African name, really. I don't have the world map, so I can't really... Can't really look at that. So what are you making tonight?
Tonight is turkey tacos with a effectively street corn salad and a quick charred coleslaw. And to drink, I'm probably going to have a New Glorious beer as well as what I call an Aztec orange cocktail. And I call it Aztec Orange because it's a bit of Grand Marnier, tequila, Aztec chocolate bitters, and mezcal. With a little bit of agave syrup. Really fucking tasty. So you end up with kind of this Terry's chocolate orange taste, but it's smoky and delicious. Mm.
Hold on now. Now, it's funny, the name, I think it's Stolten Reinbach III, is actually an ongoing joke in the series. And so there's actually a character in 4 Stolten Reinbach II, who you play as. You can recruit.
Nice.
And he's a arrogant douche.
Mm-hmm. From a long line of arrogant douches?
Yeah. And there is my merchant. But that comes later.
Where did I put this spice?
You know, you wouldn't be the first person that thought that, Mr. Yes. A while back.
What was that?
He thought it said, instead of Gremio, he thought it said Geronimo.
Ah!
Which, I mean, I could see it. Because I've thought that myself. I don't think there's anything to attach. Oh, there is.
Geronimo Vibacher. I do absolutely love when there's just random mashed together European names in Japanese games, though.
Yeah. I don't want to talk to you, kid. There you go.
Where it's meant to be a game taking place in Germany with a German protagonist in the game, and then the default name is like Ezio, and you're going, that's not a German. Okay, what's his last name? Von Karlstein. Okay, that's a very German name. Where the fuck did Ezio come from? Because that happens so often, where the first name and the last name will be just two entirely different cultures.
Get up here, you bitch. You guys still talking shit? Okay. Whatever. Time to kill some bitches. Oh, I do have to make a meme before I go back to work tomorrow.
Oh.
So, near about, I'd say, 2/3 of the day through, we started getting these calls for providers, and as I work with members, I don't take provider calls. Those usually go to a different department.
Mm-hmm.
And I got like 7 in a row that were providers calling, and I was only able to help 2 out of the 7 because they were pharmacy related, and I did learn how to do some pharmacy stuff. So we get to I get to the point I'm like, okay, I'll ask our schedulers, since they're they have a set to which skills we're set for, and my skills, it's like you take this group first. This is your priority call. If this call comes in and all of you are busy, it goes to the next person, and then so on and so forth down the way it goes. And so the calls keep coming in, and I'm like, okay, we'll get them over to the provider side, get them over to the provider side, get them over to the provider side. Okay, I can help you, get you over to the provider side, get you over to the retail side. It's like, okay, this has been weird. So I'm like, I'll send them an email, and we'll see what goes. And so they're like, nope, everything's good. We need you to ask these people what's going on, who they're calling, what number they're calling, and what routes they're calling in. Because when you call into customer service, you have to start with, are you a provider? Are you a member? Press 2 for member. You press 2. And then you're like, what are you asking about? And then you're like, is it 1 for claims, 2 for benefits, 3 for needing an ID card? Okay. 2. And yeah, you have to ask them how they routed to the call. And I'm like, their provider calls, we don't make cases for that. And the only reference we have that they called is our phone system that says, hey, this person called you from this number. And they're like, we need you to get these questions from these people. And I'm like, I'm not calling them back and being like, oh yeah, so I talked to you about 5 minutes ago. Oh no. I'm going to interrupt your workday to find out what you did and waste your time and get this over to you.
How did you get connected to me to waste my time so that I can now waste your time?
Stop saying, Was that the Family Guy episode? He's like, they spent the entire time. But so we get
just the rest of the stream.
It's the black stream.
Oh hell no!
So I email our schedulers, and they're like, "Nope, everything's good. Everything's set the way it's supposed to go. Whatever." And I go, there are multiple people saying that they've been taking nothing but provider calls for the last half an hour. Can you please just review the information and see where you can go from there? And they gave me the list of 20 questions to ask, and other people had I'm not going to apologize, Frosted. So yeah, everyone's, they're like, oh, I'll message the schedulers, and I'm like, it's not going to do any good. I'm like, I already messaged them, and they told me to ask 20 questions to find out information, that they're just going to ignore and just be like, nope, everything's good. Well, 20 minutes later, and several complaints later, they've submitted a incident report for 15 other people complaining that they've been getting provider calls for the last half an hour. But no, everything was working fine. That's why there's now an incident report.
Gotta love how that tends to be the way of it, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to make a meme from Leslie Nielsen from Naked Gun. The nothing to see here with everything exploding in the background.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Always a good choice.
That's going to be... I'm going to email that to everyone tomorrow.
Yeah, that always seems to be the way of things, though. There have been so many times that I've gone to my bosses and gone, hey, this hasn't become a problem yet, but this is 100% becoming a problem. We can get ahead of this. Here's a way that I see that we could end up fixing this before it becomes an actual problem. And I often get told, we'll look into it. Then I get told, we looked into it, it wasn't a problem. Then like a week later, oh shit, this problem arose. And I'm going, yeah, that's the shit that I said was going to happen.
Yeah, and so my coworker's like, so why don't you post those? Because I've made more than one meme. She's like, well, why don't you post those to the... Because there's a Facebook-esque thing.
Oh, the company Slack or whatever?
Yeah, it's got its own Facebook thing for the company. And she's like, why don't you post those there? And I'm like, do you know how fast I will get thrown out of the office if I post my stash at the company? Like, no. That is never going to happen.
Why don't you just get fired? Was functionally the question.
So Matthew is the sister of Odessa. And now she dead. Yes, but this is only the beginning of the game, so we don't have 6 yet.
The meat is almost done.
All right, I am now officially the leader of the Liberation Army. Hooray for me. And to recruit people, you will need a headquarters. Oh yeah, the dragon.
This all scraped out.
Yes, this is one of the ones that has the boar. Ouch.
And wipe out that pen real quick.
Yeah, the boars are actually in the start of the game this time around, so. Antonio.
During which game you said?
This game. There's a boar that you fight in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's come over here and see what happens. Oh, apparently this does not. Doesn't let you it doesn't give you healing when you get an extra level, so.
Oh, jeez.
Thought it did, but apparently I was wrong.
There we go.
Okay, let's hopefully heal that guy. And then cast you a flame.
One taco. This.
Nope, can't bring him back to life. Sorry, dude. You're gonna have to just stay dead for now. It's called Yeah, Bitch.
Go, another taco down.
Yeah, let's go heal. Probably a good idea. Obtained feather. Huh. $369.70. Okay. There's Meg.
Okay.
I wonder if this will let me actually... Because this will get me to the game that is kind of broken. This is the dice game. That has a kind of an exploit. Because it doesn't actually... I mean, you can get yourself screwed over on the game by gambling it. But most of the time, you can just max out your cash within just a couple of rounds.
So is it set up for save scumming then?
Actually, not this one.
Damn it, I'm trying to remember what game it is. Is it Jade Empire? The game that was based on Chinese mythology from ages ago.
That might be
I want to say it was Jade Empire was the name of it. Where the entire way that the game played was each character was a martial artist. And they had a different sort of martial art. It did a lot of the mysticism shit.
Yeah.
But it had a game or a dice game that you could play in that. But if you won a specific number of times in a row, the person who ran the dice game in the game, his head would explode.
Huh.
Because that was their anti-save scumming approach. You can't play dice if the dude who runs the dice games just fucking dies.
Yeah. Camel the She-Devil.
I'm trying to remember if that was the name of the game, if it was Jade Empire. Let me check. Yes, it was. It was Jade Empire. It was one of the early BioWare games. Back when BioWare was widely acknowledged as having fantastic dialogue trees.
Alphonse says the all-time best head explosion in a game is Darkseid 2.
I don't remember that one. How does that one get triggered again? Because, yeah, if I remember correctly, for Jade Empire, the dude who runs the dice game just starts losing his shit and ranting about how he knows you're cheating, but he doesn't know how you're cheating. He can't figure out how you're cheating. And then his head explodes, and the best part about it is that head explosion, once it's triggered, continues across all save files.
Nice.
So, if you try to reload your file before you caused his head to explode, dude's still just fucking dead.
Four, five, 6 is good. 1, 2, 3 is bad. Five. Oh, you dickhead. Two. Six. I'll take my money back. How about you come back here and gamble? Have money that I want to make. Um, I don't know if it's actually set in...
It is set in Mythic.
Yeah,
Mythic realm that does not exist.
it's probably the best way to think of to have that.
Because it has mixes of European style, Asian style, Middle Eastern style,
Yeah.
Indian style.
Hey, look at that, level 14. Toe shoes. Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything in there. I'd say. Pointy hat. Hey there, Mr. Adam.
All right, let's. Do you want to see if this works? See what?
Well, which one from 90s
What are
X-Men?
they playing? Looks like Chrono Trigger.
This is not Chrono.
This is Suikoden?
Yeah,
Suikoden! Suikoden.
yeah.
So cool.
They did a remaster of it.
Oh, really? Cool. I'm
like,
aware.
this seems like a cash
don't think I can play.
grab, so why not?
Oh. I was gonna say, where the hell did you get your headset?
Wait, you think
There
she
we go.
looks like Rogue?
What's up, Sanguine?
Not much.
What's up, Johnny?
How's it going?
I tested out my new hitbox against Adam here a little bit ago.
Nice. How'd it go?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it. So the question is, though, okay, so what it is the brand is junk food, right? That's the name of the brand. And the model is called a snack box. Okay? And what I was thinking about doing is that the particular snack box that I have is the artist proof. So you can just unscrew 5 screws from the back and remove the shell. And when you remove the shell, you can replace the interior art with your own artwork. So I was thinking, since it's a snack box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a hit box, what I was thinking about doing is seeing if I could find a lewd but not pornographic image of Fillion.
Nice.
And at the bottom where, it says the micro bit on it, I'll have it say smack box.
Make it the snacker box.
No, the smack box, because it's the smacker box.
Yep.
And since it's a hit box, smack, hit, smack.
Yep.
Smack box.
Dude, it's so cool with the lights, man.
Yeah, it's like just having it plugged in, it'll just like randomly flicker different lights on the box while it's plugged in. It's kind of cool.
And Mr. Yes, I was thinking more Jubilee rather than Rogue.
Who?
Camille?
The gal on the bottom left.
Bottom left.
Bottom left, that's Psylocke, guys. That's Psylocke.
See, to me, the shoulder pads kind of remind me of Jubilee's shoulder pads.
Get into a fight again. I want to see. Get into another fight, Johnny. Get into another fight. Unless you can see like her 3D model, her backside,
which you can't do.
So, the one on the very bottom and the left, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Psylocke.
Hold on, Jubilee had shoulder pads? I thought she
In her
just had,
big orange raincoat.
I thought it was just like a trench coat.
Yeah. That was a raincoat.
Oh.
But yeah, no, that's totally Psylocke, guys. Psylocke is in the blue onesie with thigh highs.
Okay, I can see Psylocke as well, but like I said,
I mean, she
It
doesn't have the
also-
purple hair like Psylocke, but yeah, no, that's totally Psylocke's outfit.
because it also definitely
Red-headed
reminded me of Jubilee with her big yellow coat. And also has that kind of spiky short hair.
Well, yeah, I mean, the hair is totally not Psylocke, but Psylocke is the blue onesie with the thigh highs.
Yep. So it's Psylocke and Jubilee had a love child.
But see, that's the thing. Jubilee's Japanese, so she doesn't have spiky red hair. She has spiky black hair.
Yep.
Wasn't Psylocke technically Japanese? Or at
She
least
is.
The body is.
The body, yeah.
Wait, I thought Psylocke was English.
Originally, yes. She's the sister to Captain Britain.
And also lacked
Is he a mutant?
spiky red
No,
hair.
I don't think so. He also wasn't in the U.S. comics at all until, like, the 2000s. He only was in British comics.
Hey man, you better stop talking about comics until Polydub shows up.
Oh, no. And then I can berate him about one more day.
We'll be waiting a while.
I need to get into contact with Polly. We were supposed to do some painting streams. Jakey.
But we are both in agreement. That definitely isn't Rogue.
No.
No.
Yeah.
You ever play this game?
Suikoden? She doesn't. She definitely has a nice butt, though.
Mm-hmm.
Which is almost a dead butt, so I should probably heal them.
Yes.
Heal the butt.
Cleo. Yes, Miss Cleo.
Call me now for your bumbleclot reading. Lord of mercy.
Don't you want to know the future?
Read the bones.
Did she read both? No. I think that's pushing it too far.
All she did was talk with a phony baloney Jamaican accent and do cold reading.
Well, it was because she was doing that, and then she was doing the, yes, I love the smell of pine sol in the morning. She was doing
Did
that
she?
the next day. No.
No, that's not the same.
The Pine Saw lady? That was Miss Cleo? What?
Well, you never saw them in the same room.
No, you didn't.
I'm trying to remember the name of one game. It had the Evil King Stan.
And Frost said you can't say Jaker without a heart with the hard R.
Jaka.
Okage. Okay, that's the name of the game. Okage.
Why? What does that mean?
Have any of you ever played Okage?
I have not.
No.
No.
So it's another JRPG. And
That was
one
Samurai?
of the... Say again?
Is that with, like, samurai?
Nope, it's... You're in a fantastical world where there's been a series of evil kings, and you play the young boy in this village who finds a lamp, and it has the shadow/spirit of one of the evil kings, who then inhabits the main character's shadow, and starts directing you around the world to take out the pretender evil kings in order to regain his full power. But the thing that made me think of this was
Oh, it's rebooting.
commenting on the
Update.
she's an almost dead butt, so you need to heal her, because the way that you heal people in Okage is you nut.
Really?
Consumable items called nuts.
Yep, the consumable item is
Health nut.
various size nuts. So, a streamer, you guys all know who Kirsha is, right?
Yeah.
Kirsha's been playing Okage, and every time that she needs to heal someone, she just ends up yelling, "I got a nut!"
Nut November!
So that is the November game to play.
Yeah.
It is a game that Risu should probably play at some point.
Well, she doesn't even do nonstop Nut November, though.
She stopped it because she didn't want it to get old, which I can definitely understand.
I get it. Yeah, you don't want to beat a joke until it's,
Yeah, you don't want to beat it to death. You want to let it go out gracefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like cooking the pizza.
Cookie to pizza.
No pizza.
That's the joke from the corner way back when. Because there was one of the screenshot that he used for the caption contest was Luigi screaming while he was being arrested.
Mm-hmm.
and my reply was, "I cook it a pizza."
Cookie to pizza.
Nice.
Frosted. The problem is, man, like the only times I really have available are going to be on the weekend, and I'm doing this thing with Adam now on Saturdays, so really my only available day is on Sunday. So if you ever want to do the corner on Sunday, yeah, I'll be down. I know it's a long shot though.
I'm gonna make a joke. Looks like somebody's taking your corner there, Frosted.
Not cowardice, it's being an adult, unfortunately, and I wish I didn't have to be.
Take some PTO.
Well, I do. It's going to be in the summer for when we go camping.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, Rotten Corpse, are you wanting to go on that camping trip, man?
We talked about this on like a.
I think he said, to Sanguine. He lives
Again?
around Sanguine's area. Rotten Corpse, going camping with us.
Oh,
This summer. Probably not this year. Okay. All good, man.
Envy.
Envy? You wish you could come out to the mid... Well, Johnny, we do it every summer. If you want to set aside a little bit of cash,
Hey,
and stuff
what,
like that.
what did I hear earlier? PTO.
PTO, yeah, a little PTO there, Johnny.
Well, because of the way that our company decided it was going to handle its PTO thing, it is now we can only carry over 16 hours of the previous year's collected PTO.
That is lame.
ouch.
Yeah.
For me, it's use it or lose it. And I've already lost last year's.
I can roll over 40 hours, and then it's use or lose by July.
Dang.
Yeah. Fortunately, with Montana, though, if you don't use it, they have to pay it out.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, see, I understand that because at least if you're not using it,
You get paid.
Yeah, you're getting paid.
And say, you and me both, Rotten. You and me both, man. That reminds me, I need to go and download Angela's movies. She sent me the list.
Oh shit! Are they good movies?
At least one of them is. Because you know it. You know Secret of Nim.
That's the only good.
I mean, I don't know. I've not seen some of them. One of them I've seen. And it's okay.
Oh, lordy, lordy.
Lordy, lordy.
Hey, speaking of which, since you're going to be home early, do you want to go to Walnut tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sweet.
I get paid tomorrow, too.
Yeah, me too. Not a lot, but yeah.
It's something.
This game originally came out on the PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Super?
Or was it Super Nintendo?
No, it was PlayStation.
Oh.
Yeah, it was PlayStation. It was a contemporary with Lunar, Silver Star Story.
Yep.
I remember that. Jake is making cute noises over here.
Remember, you're not allowed to say it without a hard R.
Oh, he said with a hard R.
No, I will say it with a hard R because I want to.
That's how it be.
That's
Yeah.
how it be.
People don't think it'd be like this, but it do.
That's how we roll.
And now to make my cocktail.
Yo, what is a cocktail, sir?
I'm making what I call an Aztec orange. So it's a bit of agave syrup,
That's
then a shot of Grand Marnier, a shot of mezcal, and then a shot of either a reposado or anejo. With the
Bless you.
dashes of Aztec chocolate bitters.
Damn.
So it tastes kind of like
Is that any good?
boozy, smoky Terry's orange.
Terry's orange. Does he know you have it?
What is Terry?
Terry apparently sells his oranges globally.
And he puts his feet all over them.
I think that costs extra if you want the foot orange.
You like blood orange? Would you like a Terry foot orange?
Foot orange. Number 15.
Terry's foot oranges.
Number 15. So apparently that's not an SD card slot.
What is it?
I have no idea. I think they said something about it, like, cooling the phone.
It's a bonus hole.
So it's like an air to air into. Yeah, it really is. So I unfortunately, I had a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3, and on Monday I was checking something on my phone, and just as I'm getting to the door, it starts to like wobble in my hand, and I drop it directly onto the hinge.
Ooh.
And it cracked a line across the center hinge that just killed all the pixels on it, shorted out the touchscreen interface on the top screen, and completely killed the display on the lower screen. And it pisses me off because I didn't want to upgrade my phone. But I can't operate this phone, so I had to. So I got the upgrade. I got a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. I got the 6th version instead of the 3rd version. And on the bottom of the phone, there's a hole that looks suspiciously like an micro SD card slot. And that's what I thought it was. And I went online and I looked at stuff, and everyone's saying, no, it does not have a micro SD card slot. So I'm like, well, then what the fuck is it? And apparently people are saying that it's some sort of like reciprocal air intake that cools the phone.
The internet being the internet, I'm surprised that you didn't find anything saying do not stick your dick in it.
My dick is entirely too large to fit in that hole.
Clearly you haven't gone through dick flattening then.
Yeah, right.
Okay, my immediate thought went to Homer making holes in the hood of his car to make it go faster, and like, speed holes. Yeah, speed hole. So what Samsung did was made a little speed hole in the bottom of the phone. Sanguine went immediately to sticking your penis into the to the slot. There you go. Hey, what you cooking, Sanguine? Yeah.
Don't act like you haven't been on the internet long enough to know that if there's a hole, someone will try to stick their dick in it.
I didn't say that.
Dude, it's been a while since I booted this game up.
You just don't say it live.
I remember you had this one too, didn't you?
What's that?
Contra Returns.
Nice frosted.
Is that the one with the panda?
I think so.
Yeah, if it's cross-platform, we can play it together.
What's a mobile game? There's like gotcha in it and stuff.
Oh, no, yeah, I don't.
I forgot to put this.
I remember I played it for a while and I really dug it, but then I was like,
what gotcha game are you booting up?
It's called
Conan Rebirth.
Contra Returns.
Wow. I was way out. And I'm sitting right next to him. How did I not do that?
Right?
Wow.
Borrowing lives from Lance.
Hey, that's very good, Frosted.
What did Frosted say?
Is that a micro SD card slot? And the woman slaps me. How dare you? I worked very hard making this loosey-goosey. You know how many dicks has been in here?
Well, it's not even booting up, so fuck it. Install or uninstall.
Well, you're not supposed to stick that in the slot. That's the air.
Yeah.
That's the speed slot.
It's a speed slot. Speed slots?
You know,
The fastest slots in the West.
you know when she's doing a real wall, you hear.
What the fuck?
Breadio. Breading? No.
Robin says he swears he heard speed sluts.
Speed sluts.
Sluts in the West.
That's what I said, yeah.
That's the well. Okay, hold on. First off, speed slut sounds like the name of a '80s band song. Speed sluts, and the fastest speed sluts in the West. That's the country counterpart. Came out in the same year, but different genres.
Ah.
If they had a theme song, it would be Ghost Riders in the Sky.
Oh shit! I was singing about your dead grandma.
She's
It's not your grandma, but you know.
dead.
Yeah.
Speed slut! Yeah, glam metal song.
Yeah!
It would be. Be a guy in a thong, fucking clutching the. What? Oh shit! No, you can't kill Psylocke.
She's already dead.
But would your hair metal guy get a rub down from a strange towel creature?
No, of course. He'd be on so much coke he wouldn't even know what the fuck it was.
Oh, the big one would be it would be the gayest music video ever, you know. The sluts are all like grinding on each other, and you know it's totally lesbian. But then it cuts to the glam rock band, and they're like, you know, rubbing bare shoulder blades in a factory that just makes sparks. That's all it makes. Just shoots sparks.
Do you know
They're
how
not even making anything, they're just grinding shit.
Yeah. Do you know how insanely different it would, or difficult it would be, in order to beat not only German Sparkle Party, but Looking Cute, Feeling Cute, and Soccer Practice in order to get the gayest music video?
Dude, and what if that German band,
Oh, yeah, that's not
they were singing, the lyrics were pretty much like, being cute, being pretty is very nice, but it's done in German, so it's like, Ich spreche
Sounds like the angriest metal song you've ever heard.
It's like, yes, I like to make myself nice and pretty. It's like, holy shit, this is
See,
the metalest song ever.
That just
that
makes
almost
me
sounds
really...
like Electric Callboy.
It just really makes me want a German group to do an homage to Looking Cute, Feeling Cute, only it's sung entirely in German.
Oh, Feeling Cute might delete later.
Might self-delete later.
Feeling Ugly might self-delete later.
And if we're adding cards on top of this pile that we're already adding, the lead singer is some Twinkie confused person who likes to wear tutus and shit. And he's
that's kind of like Rammstein. I mean, you have Till Lindemann, who's like the big, burly, like, you know, deep voice guy, and
but he wears.
But no, then there's the keyboardist, who's the other vocalist, who's like the tiny twink dude.
See, and they're switching it up and putting it into the forefront, and he's going to be sounding very burly, but
Yeah,
he is singing very simple songs. No.
Oh,
No, you're
he
not
did
dead.
die. That was
Have confidence.
Get out of there! Run away!
Damn, you made it out of that
barely.
by the skin of your screw.
Yeah, but it's not going to
No
last much longer.
confidence. Have confidence.
Whoa, dude! What if it's that band, that German glam rock band that sings very hurly-burly, but it's all about being pretty, but they're dwarves.
But you know there's a dwarf metal band.
Yeah, and they sing about digging.
Well, they covered Diggy Diggy Hole.
Yeah, diggy hole.
Yeah, the one that made by Yogg's Cast. But no, Windrose.
Yeah, Windrose is fantastic.
Yeah, they made songs about Warhammer.
Oh shit!
They also have songs about Tolkien's dwarves.
Mm-hmm. The only dwarves that they have not made a song about yet is the Leagues of Votan for 40K and D&D dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have one about Warcraft dwarves too. Do they? Or don't they? I don't know.
They might. I can't remember if they do. I know that they did a dirge to which of the Tolkien dwarfs was it? But one of their songs was effectively a funerary song to one of the Tolkien dwarves.
They have, at the very least, 2 about Warhammer Fantasy dwarves.
Yep.
One is about Grungni, the dwarven god, and then the other one is about the battleground for Warhammer Online.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Snow White dwarves? Ain't no one gives a shit about
Peter
the Snow White
Dinklage
dwarves.
says you're not allowed to have them. So.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage said you're not allowed to have them.
Dinklage.
That just reminded me. You guys have seen the singing the comment videos for
Yes,
Snow
did you
White,
see?
right?
Wait, this. Which one?
For Snow White?
Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. Because I got one for you.
The one that I like is the one about the like really really fat woman in the car, and talking about the doctor asked her pronouns, and so the comments are all like, her pronouns are humongous.
Yeah, with the Snow White ones.
Humongous
A couple
what?
of my favorite lines are, why did they cast Lord Farquaad as Snow White?
That's funny.
And it was a bold choice by Disney to make the dwarves look like PS1 Hagrids.
Nice.
They should have got some hoggles to be in there.
Peter.
You remember Hoggle from Labyrinth?
Yeah.
He's the prince of the land of stench.
Good old Labyrinth. David Bowie's Hypnotic Crotch.
What does it sound like a band name?
David Bowie's Hypnotic Crotch?
You know,
Yes.
it wouldn't be a bad one.
No.
Tell me you couldn't picture someone performing with that name.
I know, coming to the
Yep.
stage. David Bowie's Hypnotic Crotch.
Exactly.
Give it up for David Bowie's Hypnotic Crotch.
That's not the first time that's been said.
This one. Jennifer Slopez. Real? I like real.
Hey there, Camel.
Well, I guess I'm cool again. Again. Wait. Oh my
The one
God.
we're laughing about is the one. It's a woman with Down syndrome. Obvious
Wait,
Down
hold on.
syndrome.
Does she, or is it just...
No, she definitely has Down
Does she?
syndrome. Yes, absolutely.
See,
She
I
has,
thought
like-
you pulled up the one where it was the black disabled Jew
Oh no, no,
and gender.
No,
What the fuck did I walk into here?
this one is like this woman with obvious Down syndrome, but she's got like a banging body. So like all the comments are like RILF, like Jennifer Lopez.
Wait. Is that the one in? Is that the one that the gym chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a filter.
Is it a filter?
I told you, dude.
Oh no, I thought it was
dude,
real.
Okay, because there's no way that like because even the body is.
Yeah. I saw that scroll on my. I saw that scroll on my For You page earlier. Like an hour ago, 2 hours ago at work.
Oh man, but I fucking hit the shit out of it.
It was pretty.
Yeah, I saw the. I saw the same comments. I rate you 47 out of 46.
Yeah.
Dude, the hola cromos.
One dude was like, "I'm a chromosexual now."
Man.
What's funny to me is like one of my coworkers. He's like I think 5 or 6 years younger than me, but I had to explain a lot of shit to him. Like, dude, I'm not that much older than you.
Mhm.
And every now and then he'll just see me like just shaking my head like, what? It's like the internet is a savage place. It is a savage land, and that was one of them. I started reading those off to him. He's like, "Oh my god!"
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
We're in the Badlands at this point, man.
Well, we got Frosted has a new.
Frosted is now a chromosexual.
Chromosexual.
We're gonna start using casual conversation.
Oh wow, okay. I was about to step in some shit.
Oh no! What were you about to say?
Frosted, don't lead your wife off into the woods in order to leave her for dead.
Visual chroma.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, oh, so you like different colored people. Oh.
So if it were a song, would it be Chromo Arigato?
Chromo. No.
He's not gonna start calling himself one. Okay, well, at least there's a line.
Well, but
Are you gonna point to like random people like in a crowd? Like, I bet he's a chromosexual.
how
See if anybody
down
comments
low
on
is that
one.
line, sir? Oh no.
You just make that dude remove his robe.
So is this gonna be like a thing?
Yeah, the one with the
Like monkey likes
disabled.
midgets
Oh,
and Frosted likes
chromos. Yeah, one extra chromosome.
The one
He likes the
disabled
special
black Jew gay midget in a wheelchair.
Holy shit. Dude, Sanguine, what the hell are you trying to like bomb
The
the
line
minions?
of "What did bro do to God?" Also, it had someone came up with a fusion of all the slurs.
Like
So
all
if you ever-
slurs?
Oh, of every slur that applied to this guy, and like
Oh.
7 of them did.
Oh, okay.
It's because of that. That's why he
If
likes
you
to-
want a new slur, Camel, I recommend looking up singing the comments about that one dude.
I've seen a few of those singing the comments, and they're fucking hilarious to me.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's where you always get the funny parts because it's off the cuff, randomized people, you know, and they can just be sitting there taking a shit in a toilet somewhere and coming across the post and being like, you know what? If she's down, I'm down. Post. And just go with it.
If she's down, I'm down.
Oh no! What's funny? What's hilarious to me is like somebody having the time and ability and inclination to read through all those comments and put them in a lyrical format, and then it's like, you know what? This sounds like an '80s like pop tune, or you know, this is totally like orchestra music,
I don't think you understand. There's so many people who have been eating the Frosted Flakes and the Fruit Loops and the Captain Crunch that all the chemicals are already working their magic. And
dude, we are like 90% microplastic.
Yeah, this is how we're getting these autistic concoctions coming up suddenly. This is how this person made it, is because his brain was like, hey, all these goofy people are going to be making these goofy comments. I can put this into a song. Boom.
Microplastics and AI, gentlemen. That's how we're going to go from a carbon-based life form to a silicone one.
There you go. And that's Dino DNA. Yes, and that's exactly the future Chromo.
Chroma, come here.
Oh, shit. I don't even know what the target is anymore. Oh, man. It just becomes a mishmash. That's how you get that weird fucking head coming out of the toilet. And people thinking
Skibbity
that's
toilet?
Funny. Yeah.
Oh.
Like, oh, man.
That's culture, though.
It's it belongs in the loo.
Right next to Michelangelo.
I like the way this looks.
Yeah, they definitely did a good job updating it.
Yeah.
Wish they'd do something like this for Wild Arms. That was a great game.
Whoa,
I loved
that'd be
Wild
good.
Arms.
Downloads and only crayons.
Huh?
Frosted, was that one also like somebody put a filter on?
Only Special Olympics.
I guess that is the future of porn. If you have a fetish, like say you did have that type, God forbid, say you have that type of fetish where you want to see people with that particular...
I guarantee you there's porn of it out there.
Well, no,
already.
not the actual people, but just...
No, I
hey,
guarantee you there's actual.
No, well, yeah, I'm sure there is. I'm fairly sure there is that. But I'm saying in terms of like, oh yeah, you can just go and get regular porn or like normal porn and AI that to look like
She's got Down syndrome.
yeah.
Oh.
Get
And
normal
there's gonna
porn
be a
and AI adds a few chromos.
Thank you, Sanguine. I knew there was a joke in there somewhere. I just was struggling to find it.
So does that mean that AI is the chromosome thief?
There's a new market now.
It's the chromosome smuggler to end all chromosome smugglers.
A chromosome can. Who can take sunrise? Who can take a porno? Sprinkle some magic chromosomes. Ooh, that was bad.
Adam, where are you on the Marley scale?
not very hot. He's been drinking more than he's been smoking.
Oh, okay, that explains.
Probably
That explains what's going on here.
What is this? Rum?
Huh?
Yeah, it's rum.
That's rum.
Oh God, Adam thinks he's a pirate, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with being a pirate.
And I'm drinking it out of a cool bottle too, so.
Yeah.
I mean, just word of advice: I'd stay away from the Horn of Africa if I were you.
Do you find more chromosomes out there?
No. That was an attempt at a piracy joke.
What about a chromosome pirate?
I guess this is where the direction we're going.
Is there a Special Olympics for piracy?
Somalia, yes.
Yeah. Oh, dude, there was like.
Thank you for giving me a rebound on that joke, Johnny.
every now and then, Twitter gives me something that I absolutely love. I mean, most of the time, Twitter just pisses me off. But there was one. It was really funny. It was a video, and it was like, this is what really happens to Somalian pirates, and it just shows like the point of view of a dude like with a cell phone camera sitting on the deck of like a really big cargo ship, and you see one of those the Somalian pirate speedboats approaching the thing, and then it just cuts over. You like looks over, and you see armed security on the deck of the ship. He levels his rifle, and you just hear bang, 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 and then it cuts immediately back over to the speedboat in flames, exploding, and I'm all like, yeah, that sounds about right.
That's what happens.
What kind of
Little
rifle
speed.
was it? Like
It was like a 30-06.
Yep.
It had to have been like a 30-06 or something.
And probably incendiary rounds.
Yeah, I'm sure he was aiming deliberately for like a fuel tank.
Yes, Ron. If you typically drink rum and you've been around the Horn of Africa, you may just be a pirate. Here's your sign.
Now I just picture Bill Engvall dressed
As a
up as a
pirate?
fucking pirate.
Why, you just might be a Somali pirate. Here's your sign. if you're trading dinner recipes with Houthi rebels, why, you just might be a Somali pirate. Here's your sign. Wow.
Fucking Bill Engvall and Jeff Foxworthy fused into one.
Hey, you know what?
I
They
couldn't tell the
They
difference.
put on the Patora rings, or the Patora earrings. They fucking fused, and this is what we're getting.
That's why we haven't seen him in like 10 years.
Exactly. Well, it's because, they're afraid of who's fucking shit. I taped it.
The Houthi rebels?
No,
They're afraid of the
I'm
Houthi
gonna
rebels?
remember his goofy ass name. Get her done guy.
Oh.
They're
They're the cable guy.
There you go. There you go. Well, see, I told you. Why was I thinking Garbage Man? That's
I mean, it's about as funny as a garbage man.
I was like Larry the Garbage Man.
Yeah, Larry the Garbage Man.
Yeah, that's not him. No, that's John
Garbage
Garbage
Day is fucking
That's
hilarious.
Garbage day.
Man. All his jokes are trash. I just can't. This is horrible.
No, you're right, though.
wait, all of Larry the Cable Guy's jokes are trash?
I don't like him.
Ah,
Oh, what? Larry the Cable Guy has some good bits.
I think that
under some of those under that act, there is some funny bits.
the blue collar comedy tour guys, all of them, I think they had their moment. They were funny, but the bit just got way too played out.
Yeah.
Ron
There's a lot
White
of
was the
comedians
funniest
that
of
run
them.
that.
I 100% agree, Sanguine, because he didn't have a shtick.
Who? Ron White?
Yeah.
His shtick was
His shtick was being drunk and smoking on stage, and I'm not faulting him for it. It works for him.
Yeah.
God bless
It worked
the man.
for him. But he didn't have.
Also being sexually adventurous in an amusing way.
Oh yeah, he did do that shit. It's fucking weird.
He was able to do the I'm a whore jokes, but make them funny.
I mean,
Which is something that female comedians have been trying and failing at for years.
Yep.
a lot of people forget that the whole blue collar comedy tour, that whole thing was not the first of its kind, not the last of its kind. It's just one of the most successful of its kind.
Yeah.
Having a show with 4 big name comedians in a I guess genre of stand up comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa Lampanelli.
I mean, they did it with
Kings of Comedy.
I mean, the original Kings of Comedy, yeah, with Bernie Mac and
I think
Hardy.
the
Bernie
only
Mac
female,
was the best one of that bunch too.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only female comic that is always and still maintains being funny is Maria Bamford.
I've always gone
you
to
spelled Whoopi Goldberg wrong, sir.
Ugh.
I've always gone to Maria Bamford and Kathleen Madigan is my two favorite females.
Hey, Kathleen Madigan's pretty good.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I gotta agree. I gotta.
Madigan's good. Schlesinger was good for a good while.
And I'm not saying that they can't have like one-off shows that are fairly good because oh god, I can't remember her name now. Shit.
Mr. Yes is going way back. He's a fan of Phyllis Diller and Joan Rivers.
Mhm.
Like I enjoyed the
I like
Phyllis Diller
Lothiael
episode
Ball.
of Scooby Doo, but I wouldn't say I was a fan.
Actually, I've watched some of Phyllis Diller's old stuff, and it actually was pretty good.
Oh, well. At some point, I'll have to check it out.
Gee.
I watched it on the
one of
PBS show. Like,
One of my favorite comedians of all time. His shtick is not what I liked him for. Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
His jokes about the English language are hilarious.
Why do they call them apartments if they're so close?
Why is tomb pronounced tomb, but bomb is pronounced bomb? It should be either tomb and boom or Tom and bomb.
My favorite is why do they call them buildings when they're already built? They should be called belts.
Why do you drive in a parkway and park in a driveway?
Park in a driveway, yeah. Wear a pair of panties but just one bra.
are there any good Native American comedians? Yes, there are. There is a show called. Let me see if I can find it.
Mr. Yes brought up Paula Poundstone. I really liked her old stuff back in like the late 80s, early 90s. Paula
old
Poundstone
stuff
was really funny then.
Before she got busted.
Yeah.
Some kids.
What?
Huh?
What happened?
Didn't she get in trouble for molesting kids?
I don't think so.
I thought
She jumped out of a bush and
To the
tackled
internet.
some little boys.
To the internet.
I heard there was some.
Some underhanded
Johnny,
business
usually-
kind of stuff.
Usually the way this works, Johnny, is I throw some random half-baked shit out there that I think I heard.
Child abuse charges.
And
Yep.
you... What?
Child abuse charges.
Ah. Beating kids or beating them off? Does it stipulate?
Pulling it up to see if it'll say. Lewd acts upon a child and child endangerment.
Oh, wow.
Charged with felony child endangerment in connection with driving while intoxicated with her children in the car.
Yep. Yeah, she pled down to the just child endangerment,
Mm-hmm.
getting rid of the lewd acts upon a child. But she
That
was
was-
originally charged with lewd acts upon the child and child endangerment.
2001. So yeah, her HBO stand-up special was well before that.
And she has a new one.
Does she?
Yeah.
Live from Folsom Prison? What?
In 2001?
Mr. Yes, you are factually incorrect.
Hmm?
Both Sarah Silverman and Amy Schumer are one of the top ranking female comedians of our time. So I just want you to reconsider life.
Amy Schumer's hilarious when she's telling a Patrice O'Neill joke.
I was about to say, both of them are funny when they're stealing other people's jokes.
I was gonna say,
They're not Carlos
what about
Mencia.
the 12 million jokes about being groomed by Colin Quinn on the Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn? Did you know that she made a joke that she was groomed by Colin Quinn? Hey, did you know that she made a joke that she was that was in her entire shtick on the Tough Crowd? I'm like, fucking give it a rest. It wasn't funny the first time. It's not funny the 50 millionth time, Sarah Silverman. You're not funny.
See, I'm of a strong opinion, Frosted Glass, that we should go back to actors and actresses being assumed to be about the same level as a whore.
No, it was going back. I mean, Shirley Temple even. I mean, okay, I don't want to be liable for this, but I could have sworn I saw in a documentary where Shirley Temple was talking about some of the other kid actors were put in boxes or cages because they weren't acting right. So they put them in there just to sit them out for a timeout type of thing.
Did you ever get put in a cage by Donny Osmond?
I don't want to talk about it.
It wasn't just for timeout, sadly.
Was he singing the Mulan theme?
So back to comedians.
Yeah, comedians.
Yeah.
So to answer Mr. Yes, it's called Going Native American Indian Comedy Slam. And it actually has the guy who wrote John Wayne's Teeth doing stand-up in there.
Are they plastic? Are they steel?
I don't know. Mr. Yes, I've seen funny stuff from Tina Fey. I also think that Tina Fey probably doesn't write her own jokes. I get that impression quite thoroughly from her. And I don't think Amy Poehler has ever been funny.
Amy Poehler, is she the...
Oh, and by the way, I just looked up another little bit on the Olive Poundstone
Amy
allegation.
Poehler is not funny by herself.
And in the full allegations, it's even worse than what we originally found. Because it was against a disabled child.
Oh no! We're going back to the fucking... If she's down, she's down.
She's going full chromo on this.
You never go full chromo.
How do we go full circle?
But yeah, it was to a disadvantaged girl.
Sweet Lord Almighty.
How do we make it
Or
worse?
disabled girl, rather.
Damn chromos!
Yep.
Damn chromosexual.
You just can't help yourself. Once you're around them, you're just like, Bonnie way.
Bonnie way.
But since you guys are bringing up Paula Poundstone and other forms of degeneracy, did you guys see the teacher that got arrested for trying to organize like a gang wearing green mask?
The ghost face mask. Okay, hold on. Here's the funny thing. The funny thing. I think the whole thing is fucking retarded. But
promo retarded or
okay. So apparently this teacher.
That's a little on the nose there, Mr. Adam.
She got in trouble. Rightfully so, going to jail for what she did.
Okay. Organizing a gangbang with her students or something?
Or having a gangbang with multiple students, and she wanted them to wear ghost face masks.
Wow.
Now, who knows?
Apparently she couldn't find any adult men who would indulge in her eyes wide shut degeneracy.
No, dude, she's a weirdo to begin with because she's doing it outright. However, because the article's been going out there and all this, and it's the typical like, and then you get the both sides of, it's actual, they were just playing Pokemans and she jumped out of the bushes and forced them to wear ghost face masks and do all this shit. And the other,
how old were they?
And the other side, yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think they weren't. I don't know what the age
not
is.
Legal, obviously.
Well, no, but not legal is again. We're also talking about it could have been teenagers who might have like, hey, Ghostface man. Okay. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to exclude the fact that yes, young men have the tendency to be horny and they would do this. Here's where the rhubarb is, right?
Okay.
V posted a response to something on this where he goes, "Hold on. How did these kids spend the night at the teacher's house because they spent the night at the teacher's house without their parents knowing?" Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, probably because the kids said, whatever. They said, I'm going to sleep over at my friend's house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to Jimmy's house.
I'm going over
I'm going over to Jimmy's house.
Fuck my teacher.
That tale is old as fucking time.
I'm sorry, dude, but at what point do you sit there and be like, come on, man?
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it. It's like, but... And yes, what happened was
My
wrong.
perspective is a little strange on this because, like, I get it. You know, the kids being underage, it's wrong. It's objectively wrong.
It's 100% horribly wrong. But
I lost my virginity at 15, dude.
Yeah,
So
it's one of those things that I've said it before. It is absolutely wrong, but at the same time, if it was someone hot when I was underage,
Hey, sir,
I would have been going, yes.
Not saying
You're
I'm
enabling pedophilia, sir.
either. I'm not saying I'm above
you
it.
want
I'm just
this
saying,
woman to do this. It's
Yeah.
like, no, she...
It's like I can recognize it's wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
At the
recognize...
same time, it's like
It's
if I were
wrong.
innocent, I'm
She
not
should
gonna-
be in prison at the same time.
I'm not going to sit there and say that...
I'm not necessarily going to say that the children were horrendously abused.
Yeah.
Because
it's like
Oh,
the,
no.
the story
Horny
that came
teenager.
up earlier, where
my whole thing
it was
is
she was working. She was working with the kids
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure she was.
while she had other ones as the lookouts. It's like, oh, are you serious? That
No, it was different if she did it in the classroom.
I think it was in the class.
Wait, no, wait,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. It's like
Wait, the gangbang happened in the classroom.
and it was like
What?
It was like, so wait, she held a gun to these
So wait,
kids
hold on.
and told them, you better be on the
What?
lookout
What?
while these two
Sad sack drew the short straw to be the lookout. That kid.
There were multiple lookouts.
That kid
I
is
think
going
it was
to-
a rotation basis. I think it was after you nut, you go, you do.
Hold on.
look
I
out
just
for
want
them.
you to know the fact that
it
we're
was Duck Duck
laughing
Goose
about this
rules,
means that we want to endorse all of these
Oh,
decrepit
yeah, I know.
women fucking doing it. It's like, no, I just think it's funny that you guys are trying to paint it to be like, no, she was fucking sitting there waiting until they sipped their juicy box and then he fucking dragged them into the fan. It's like, no. If she has lookouts, obviously these kids are waiting for
They're
their fucking
waiting.
turn.
Yeah, they're not sitting there waiting.
Wait. They were forced to wear ghost face masks. No, they weren't. they probably thought it was funny as shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to laugh at it. Oh, you want to? No, I'm not. Because you know what? I am capable of having the conscientious thought
Yeah.
of saying, that's funny. At the same time, yeah,
It's
lock her
wrong.
up. And fucking, it's
Yeah.
illegal. She shouldn't have done that
Yeah.
shit. Of course.
Yes.
But I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, these kids were poor and they didn't know what they were sucking their thumbs and putting their nuts out. Like, no, these kids are horn dogs at a fucking early age, dude.
Yes.
Come on.
my whole thing with the situation is like, you see those Bonnie Blue and fucking what's the other one's name, OnlyFans whores doing like 100-man, 1,000-man gangbang. This is the easiest time in the world for a chick to get plowed. Leave the kids alone. That's it. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look, she obviously has issues mentally. If she's going through her workplace and picking out, obviously, children.
Well, yeah.
But at the same end, I cannot erase the idea of, well, yeah, but humans are humans.
Yes.
They're going to
They're
do
animals.
humans. Yeah.
Humans are animals.
Dude.
We have natural urges.
We want
It
that
happened.
teacher to be able to be strong enough to discipline these fucking animals
Yes.
and make sure that they're
And
not...
discipline herself.
Well, she should have been disciplined before, but she obviously wasn't.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like, yeah, no, throw the book at her. Fuck her.
Sure.
You know,
Well, no, I mean,
Yeah.
the kids already did that.
I mean, the
In ghost masks.
and ghost mask. Yeah, make sure you wear that ghost mask. Hey,
That's the real protection you need.
why are you wearing a hockey mask? I told you to wear a ghost mask.
Listen, Jason, get the fuck out of here. Go stand watch.
You're getting a C. Oh shit.
Voorhees orgy is down the hall to the left.
Yeah.
Look, it's the only mask I had. Sorry, Jimmy. Oh man.
Jimmy, look. I mean,
We drew the short
We-
straw.
Jimmy, we know that Halloween Express is going out of business now, but that's no excuse.
Hold on. What comes in the Charlie Brown mask where it's just like a potato sack?
I got a rock.
Well, you're
Go sit and watch in the corner.
Yeah, go in the corner. And that's how you make a rape joke.
Yes.
Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
But yeah,
I remember there was a really funny Daniel Tosh joke about rape that was really good. He goes something along the lines of like, so my sister has pepper spray in her purse, yeah, and I replaced as a prank. I replaced her pepper spray with silly string. Anyway, she got raped. And like half the audience laughed, half the audience booed. And he goes, "Oh, thank you so much for your concern for my fake sister."
Yep.
Actually, when he performed in Missoula, and he was talking about, he's like, I don't like meeting people after shows, especially I don't need. He goes, I don't need to be Roethlisbergered. And this one girl goes, boo, and he goes, oh yeah, that's the problem. And she said something, and he goes, when you were born, your father probably looked at you and just said, this girl's gonna say something fucking retarded someday. And just the entire crowd just like, oh, it was great.
Yeah, Daniel Tosh is pretty funny. I think he's pretty funny.
Yeah, too bad he's kind of stupid.
He is kind of stupid.
Still alive?
Daniel Tosh?
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't he be?
I don't know. Just like, I mean, at this age, I'm asking if anybody's alive.
Yeah, right.
Is he still alive?
Well, he's last he said he thinks that quote unquote cancel culture should be okay.
Oh, well,
And
that's a dumb stance to take, especially given his past.
given his history, yeah. And then Bill Burr's being a fucking retard too.
Yeah, Bill Burr's falling off the fucking.
Really?
You seen his shit?
No.
His thing. The last thing he was going was like free Luigi. That guy who shot the
CEO.
Yeah. And the other thing he was like shitting on Elon Musk, being like, "Oh, he's a Nazi guy because he does the Nazi hand salute thing."
Well, that was a really stupid thing for Elon to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, but effectively it was the tard hit the wrong emote.
Yes. I'm just
Anyone trying to take that seriously as, oh, that was a Nazi salute. No, you're full of shit.
Well, I just think that there's
a better emote. Yes.
There's some conservative water carriers that's like, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm like, dude.
Especially
Well,
when you have
You're
your
the
kids
same
doing it.
kind of retard on the other spectrum, dude. Shut up.
The issue with Bill Burr was he just kind of brought it up in like a nonchalant type of thing where it was like, oh yeah, and everybody, like they, are super interested in this Elon Musk guy, and he's a Nazi and blah blah blah, and it's like,
They have Nazis in South Africa?
I think so, maybe.
They're
Smash
black and they're
vacation.
currently trying to genocide a different population.
No, not a population of boars. They don't like pigs and stuff.
Yeah, there was a video from South Africa.
Wow, that was a bad joke.
Oh no, I got the joke.
No, it was still a bad joke though. Probably bad in
There was
taste.
a video of the current ANC leader in a stadium, effectively calling for the eradication of the Boers and being cheered.
Yeah, and they have songs about it too,
Yep.
But no, in terms of Bill Burr, it's just one of those things where people are acknowledging the pivot in terms of his comedy topics where before he would have talked about the Bilderberg group and said how, oh yeah, they would take a president in and show him a film and say, hey, you don't actually aren't the president, but now he'll sit there and be like, Biden was the greatest president in the world, you know, everybody. So it's one of those weird things, but I don't know.
It's disappointing because he had one of the best bits on domestic abuse.
I think you'll find that most comedians pivot that kind of way whenever one, quote, side gets in power.
Yep.
They'll go for the other one just because it's easy to make fun of the president.
Well, with this one, it's even weirder in my view because some reason people want to bring in his wife and say that his wife was, you know, like a Yoko Ono type character for him. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I get that people change their purview and what they see, and especially with him, he grew up in the East Coast and then he moved to the West Coast, so you know he has a different viewpoint. Dave Chappelle is another example where he moved out to what, Ohio, somewhere
Ohio.
in Ohio, and his viewpoint is completely different from before when he was living in California. So it's understandable to see it. It's just. It is kind of disappointing because Bill Burr I liked his comedy. I mean, I still do. It's not like it's erased or anything. You can't listen to it.
Well, it's the same rationale I have for Patton Oswalt. Patton Oswalt's earlier stand-up, hilarious.
But he said some a lot of weird shit, and it's like,
I will say this though: him just being himself led me to find more faults in people like the Quartering than Patton Oswalt. Listen here, Jeremy Hambley, you can't have it both ways. You can't support Count Dankula for telling a crass and off-color joke and then crucify Patton Oswalt for the same thing.
And you can't smack a beer out of Adam's hand.
Hey!
That's called being a fucking hypocrite, Jeremy. Go fuck yourself, dude.
He's smacking beers out of my hands. And you know he streams with... old torpedo tits.
Who?
Melanie Mac.
Oh, really? No, good. They're made for each other. Melanie Mac.
He was
good. They're made for
with,
each other.
Sydney Watson for a while. Then she's like, "Yeah, you can go over there somewhere."
Yeah, they deserve each other. He can go fuck himself. Fuck that guy. A lot of people like to criticize him because he just does the same thing. Well, that is true, and he does. He just talks about inane shit that he knows nothing about. He also is a massive fucking hypocrite, so fuck that guy.
Well, he's one of these people who, you know, what's your shtick? You're gonna read the news.
Read the news.
Not really formulate an opinion, but read the news.
Of your basement.
I want that too.
I am literate, Jeremy. I don't need you.
And it's also like, dude, I don't want to hear your voice reading the news.
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather hear...
Your commentary is worthless, so...
Yeah, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, he doesn't.
And he's fucking boring. If I wanted to listen to Jeremy talk about news, I'd go to the bar and listen to The Drunk at the End of the Stool.
Hey!
The drunk at the end of the stool might have more insightful things to say.
That tells me that I'm opening up my show. It's on Saturday. It's called The Drunk at the End of the Stool. Hanging out with Adam at the end of the stool.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Barstool.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the drunk at the end of the stool. Are you fending him off like he has
It's punting him. Yeah.
Hey, he gets in bar fights and talks about the news. That's how it works.
Yeah.
He's a big dog man with
I mean,
he gets in a bar fight. If you pin him down with a stool, he starts going, "Well, did you hear the new news?"
I'm just saying
Heard about
that,
the new executive orders?
I'll just say this, right? Okay? It's a bad thing that Jeremy Hambley got smacked at Gen Con, but I'm starting to think that he probably deserved it.
He probably did. He might have done something that deserved it.
I'm probably being a little loud, but...
I still laugh about when he smacked that beer out of your hand.
Yeah.
It's not okay. You know what? I cleaned up afterwards. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, but he should have cleaned it up. He's the one that smacked it out of your hand.
He did help clean up, and he also got your new beer, but it was still funny as shit.
I still liked it when Shoe on Head came down and like started interacting with people. You just hear me off in the distance go, "Holy shit, it's Boxy!"
Yep.
Shit.
I saw her expression change. It was quite funny.
She's like, "Fuck, somebody knows."
Oh, shit, another one.
It was that moment in Robin Hood Men in Tights where the Abbott comes down the line.
Hey, Abbott! Hate that guy.
He's like, yeah, fuck you, Boxy guy. What is Armored? Who the fuck is Armored Skeptic?
He was the dude that she was engaged to for a while. The dude that wears
The guy that everybody is a clone of, Adam.
Yeah, everyone's a clone of, and he's the one that is like an XL, and he wears a small suit vest, and it's really funny because you can see like his doughy folds like pleating over every like exposed surface. It's really funny.
The only thing I remember about the dude, like picture-wise, is I saw one picture of him in Shoe, and he was wearing a belt and suspenders. And I don't think he was being ironic about it.
I wore a belt and suspenders, but I would wear the suspenders down around like my like a chain wallet sort of thing.
I mean,
Oh, you didn't have them on your shoulders.
No, I didn't have them on my shoulders.
Wouldn't you?
And they
wear
serve no
suspenders
fucking
for, like,
purpose. What were you
or
doing?
something like that?
Yeah.
Recently, Shu did have a kid and is now... Is she married now?
I believe.
Yeah, she's married.
Yeah, she's married with a kid.
Hey, well, you know what? If she's living a peaceful life, God bless her.
She still talks about stuff in some sort of positive light sometimes.
Yep.
She is kind of joined sides with a lot of the bread tubers, but she still talks about men's issues in a positive light, which causes a lot of ire with all of the lefties she hangs out with.
She's one of those strange ones that everyone on one side says that she's on the other. Everyone on the other side says that she's on the other side. And then there's just a bunch of people in the middle going, yeah, she's fucking crazy on this, she's fucking crazy on that, she's chill on these.
I think it was funny that she did a video where she was talking about like men's loneliness. And one of the things she brought up was bedroom feminists, like, you know, going up in arms because she said like these are the articles that say men are lonely, and this is the reaction on Twitter and shit like that, and everyone's all like fuck men, you know, sort of thing. And so like, you know, this is the kind of talk that we saw the bedroom feminists say back in 2016. Should have let me cook then, shouldn't you?
Yep.
Get you a nice woman who can cook. Make you a Sammy.
But she still does pretty good videos. She gets reacted to by a shit ton of VTubers.
Oh yeah, Smugalana is one of them.
Yep.
I see a lot of.
Smugalana, Nux, a handful of others.
Man, I cannot stand Nux. I don't know. There's just something about him.
Who's Nux?
Nux. I can't remember his last
Formerly
name.
Nux Taku, now
Nux
Nuxanor.
Yeah. He's just something about the way he speaks and his attitude and his opinions. I don't like the guy.
I think a chunk of it's probably his voice.
That is a chunk of it. He is very annoying.
He has a fairly nasal voice.
I don't know. In terms of like the commentary VTubers, the only one I kind of give any sort of credence to is It's a Gundam.
Kirsha's good most part.
I don't like Kirsha by herself.
See, I prefer Kirsch by herself or just absolutely annoying the piss out of Pip.
I think that her takes 99.9% of the time are brain dead and bimbo. And that's fine, because when she's with Fillion or Pippa, she's actually funny. So I'm okay with it. I just don't watch her by herself. That's all.
Yeah, not everyone's for everyone.
Like I said, when she's with other people, she's fine. I love her. Just not by herself. Like her videos with Mari Mari are hilarious.
Yep. Or the time that Pippa, Kirsha, and Alana ended up causing Fillion to have to nuke a stream.
No. It was not them. They did not do anything. Fillion joined a public in VR chat, and someone found out that she was a streamer and a really big streamer, and just went around saying N-word, 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 Edward, N-word, Edward, Edward. It just kept on just over and 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 over again.
She did say that, but it was also once she decided that she was going to have to edit that out during the questions with all three of them, with all four of them rather, everyone just went completely ham on the questions, and she was like,
well, no,
this video's just gone.
Yeah, she just said, well, because of the whole N-word thing in the public, she just said she was going to nuke the VOD. So then everyone just went apeshit. It was really funny. When she decided, I'm nuking the VOD, because she decided that with Pippa long before Mari and Kirsha joined. Yep. And then she's all like, hey, we're nuking the VOD anyway. Hey, Kirsha, Mari, you want to come in the call?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and then the whole stream went off rail. It's really funny. Yeah, I love that stream. You can still find it on Archive Bro. Archive Bro has you covered. He just edited out all of the racial slurs.
Yeah, originally the way that she was talking was that she was going to have that bit clipped out and then upload the VOD. But yeah, after the question time with everyone just going fucking wild, she just went, yeah, this is gone.
Hey, nice job, Johnny.
Because yeah, I was watching that stream live.
I was gonna say again, I think Kirsha with Fillion, hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like Kirsha by herself. That's all.
Like I said, not everyone's for everyone. I really enjoy Kirsha by herself, and I really enjoy Kirsha with people. Also, she gets ridiculously wholesome at weird times.
I find the one that gets really wholesome that surprises me and I really like it is Fillion. Like Fillion randomly just goes like, like dotes on Pippa.
Yep.
It's like, okay, so Fillion is like a 2.2 million subscriber YouTube channel. Like, she's pretty high up on the Twitch algorithm for like numbers of subs and all that other kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she's doting on a 300K sub, averages around like maybe 2,000 viewer versus Fillion's like 9 to 10,000 view on Twitch.
Yep.
You know, it's weird to see the absolute reverence that Fillion has for Pippa.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. That's also the reason why I want to do the smack box thing on my snack box.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really like Fillion. Fillion's cool.
Yeah, a lot of them are really good people, and then there's the ones that aren't, and you're just going, what the fuck is wrong with you?
All right.
Especially the goddamn V-tweeters.
Rotten. There's several, but there's a couple of tubas that have been reacting a lot to a lot of Brandon Herrera's videos. But the big one that I've seen lately that I was just astounded was Henya. Henya's been watching like from the beginning all the way until current, all of Kentucky Ballistics videos.
Oh yeah, she fell real deep into the Kentucky Ballistics rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
There. We'll call this one Manzanar. We'll name it after a Japanese internment camp.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shit.
And that's where George Takei was born.
One of the most the latest Pippa fact that I think is hilarious is that Pippa's merch was seen on an episode of a doctor TV show called The Pit, and it was because the person wearing her T-shirt had a stroke.
Oh yeah.
So there's one of my favorite commenters said. So she calls her dad Papakin, and someone said in one of her streams, Papakin cosplay on hold, now cosplaying as stroke victim.
Nice.
And there's Luke.
That's the one thing I hate about a new phone, man. All these fucking updates.
It's still updating?
Still updating. Congratulations, Commander Hellcat.
Yes.
Is this your favorite shop in the Citadel?
The shop?
Yeah, don't you remember that?
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect? Where it would randomly play Commander Shepard saying, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite shop in the Citadel.
And you could do that for every shop in the Citadel.
No, I never played Mass Effect.
Oh. It's a good game, but I don't think it has very much replayability. I liked my first playthrough so much, and it was completely imperfect. I killed Mordin Solus in Mass Effect 2. I also hated Mass Effect 2. So I'm definitely in the minority. But I liked my imperfect playthrough. It made me feel better about my imperfect choices given the lamentations that you get when certain characters die. Oh yeah, and I also killed Legion because fuck the Geth. Yes, I'm racist. I don't care. Fuck every alien. I'm not. I don't. No, not in that way. Fuck every alien, as in kill them all.
No, fuck Tally Zora in that way.
No, the only person
treat them
who
like
tallies
the chromies that they are.
the only person, yes, the only person that Tally should be fucking is Garrus, because that's the only off romance that I thought was better than anyone fucking Shepard. Shepard should only be fucking.
I went for Tally, and absolutely no regrets for going for Tally.
No, it's the only person who should be fucking Tally is Garrus. Homeboy Garrus, like, I did not like Garrus in Mass Effect 1. I hated Garrus in Mass Effect 1. Like, you get a cop thrown onto your ship to, like, keep tabs on you by a rival and, at first, when discovered by humanity, hostile alien race. Not the Quarians. Fuck. What is his race? Fuck. Begins with an S. Anyway, they were the first aliens that humanity encountered, and they had a war with them. And the very first thing that Garrus does is he gets put on your ship to keep tabs on you. And I was all like, fuck this guy. And then in Mass Effect 2, after you die and you come back to life, one of the very first characters you meet is Garrus, who's gone vigilante, calling himself Archangel, and is going around sniping criminals in this like dark underworld sort of thing. I'm like, that's fucking metal as fuck. Garrus is awesome in 2. He was the only good thing about 2.
And Turians.
Turians, that's it.
Yeah, and Frosted Glass says Solarians.
Solarians. Those are the he was Morden Solus was Solarians.
Solarians
like
were the smart
turtle. Yeah, the turtle scientist dudes that lived for 40 years.
More vaguely fish people.
I thought there were more like, because like they even have a hardened carapace.
I think you're thinking the people that Rex is part of.
No, they had like a carapace. Solarians did, and they're the ones that enslaved the Krogan, or rather, turned off their gene to make them fuck like rabbits. Yeah, I don't know. Mass Effect, like I said, Mass Effect's a good game. I don't think it has replayability though, because I don't
they
think
don't have a hardened carapace. I just double checked.
Yeah,
They're amphibious.
Yeah,
but
that's probably the reason why I thought they were turtle-like. But anyway,
they kind of have fish faces.
The Mass Effect is a good game, but like I said, I don't think it has replayability because I like my imperfect playthrough. I think it has more impact. You know? And if I were to go back through again, I'd make sure everyone lives and I'd have the optimal outcome and blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's not fun.
See, to me, the one has replayability, though I wish there was a way that you could skip the Mako.
Yeah. You know, it took me forever to figure out how to shoot the Mako's main cannon.
Yeah, you just roadkill everything.
No, I kept on shooting everything with the small arms gun. Because, okay.
Oh, shit.
The Mako is a tank, right, Adam? The trigger shoots the machine gun. The shoulder button shoots the main cannon.
Ooh.
I didn't think that there was a main cannon, because I just kept using the trigger.
The Mako was not a tank. The Mako was an unholy abomination that couldn't fucking steer.
It's a 6-wheeled all-terrain rover, is what it is, with a turret on top.
So like a Tesla.
No, it steers about as well as a dead horse.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've steered a dead horse in Red Dead Redemption 2. They handle pretty well.
So the dead horse has better steering, is what you're saying. Yeah, the Mako was god awful. Mass Effect 2 had replayability.
It wasn't that bad. Mass Effect 2 is the worst one, and it does not have any replayability because I hated being railroaded. I wish I could have, at the very first meeting with the Elusive Man, put a bullet in his fucking skull, which is the inevitable outcome of 3 anyway. So why the fuck did we need to do this stupid song and dance of me having to work with Cerberus? Fuck that game.
See, I
Fuck Miranda.
3.
Fuck Jacob. Fuck every single fucking character in that game. Fuck Jack. Fuck Grunt. Fuck every single character. The only ones that had any sort of like worth were Garrison Tally, because they were characters from 1. Every single thing that they added in 2 sucked. I hated 2.
So,
see, that's kind of how I feel about 3.
3 went back to what I liked. 3 went back to being really a lot like 1.
Yeah,
it's funny to see
didn't
how
like
games...
3. Didn't like the way that the game ends.
Yeah, I'll say 3. The worst thing was the ending. Yeah, but everyone knows that.
For me, 1 had the most replayability. 2 had decent replayability. 3 was a letdown.
3, I agree. 3 was a letdown, mainly just because of the lack of variety for ending. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm satisfied overall with how the game ended. It just felt like the ending was rushed. Another thing, too, I will say, fuck all the DLC. That literally kills the entire drive of the game. I will not do a single playthrough of Mass Effect with the DLC. It fundamentally breaks the suspension of disbelief and the fundamental building blocks of the universe, namely 3's DLC. So when people sit there and say like Dragon Age Veilguard is like the death of BioWare, I'm like, no, nigga. Mass Effect 3 was the death of BioWare. It's been dead for a long time.
Well, no, and we can add Assassin's Creed to the list of
Dead games.
Games that, topple a publisher. So.
Yeah. There was a guy arguing with a streamer once about Veilguard, saying if the non-binary character in it was hot, no one would care. And the streamer goes, wrong, because even if she was hot, she's still an insufferable character that people hate. So even if she was hot, you would still fucking hate her, like everyone should.
They just don't understand, man.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you fellas, but I am starting to fade a bit, so we are going to have to call it.
Copy that.
Call it what?
Call it a chromie.
Call it a chromie?
Oh, God.
Fucking chromie.
But, so, Sanguine, are you going to be streaming tomorrow?
Yep, it's not the first Friday of a month, so I'm going to be streaming.
All right.
I will actually be home for once, because I've got to work first shift tomorrow.
Hey, yeah,
Oh,
Sanguine,
nice.
is it cool if we join you?
Yeah.
Although I may go to the Warhammer store, because I can complete my Warhammer challenge, and if I can do that Friday, then fuck yeah.
Quiz, have a seat. Maybe have a little talk.
A little intervention, huh? I only bought a Titan.
Hold on. Get that paintbrush out of your pocket.
I only bought a Titan last month, and I haven't worked on it at all. It was only $1,000.
Let's get back to that. But yeah,
I do need to work on my Titan.
but with that, the zoo is closed. You go away.
Save
no.
successful.
Have a good night, everyone.
Right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That's my critical drinker imitation.
Oh, shit, Camel's here.